I mean, so she does heroin? Like, I mean, that's pretty hardcore.
During interrogations, officers noticed that there was some odd behavior displayed by Sheila and later Rachel. Sheila seemed really ice cold. She showed no emotions. You got to consider, this is Skylar's best friend for like half their lives. I mean, they're 16. They've been best friends since they were 8 years old. You'd think she would have more of a reaction, right?
Well, that's going to be a red flag to anybody, even someone that casually knows somebody, let alone known them their whole childhood.
Right? And just being so cold and distant, very matter of fact about things.
Yeah.
And then Rachel appeared nervous. One investigator noted that both girls shared exactly the same story with the same details. Most people are going to have at least some differing details in the stories, but not like the same exact story.
Right. They'll get all the big points, but they'll have minor stuff, or maybe the time frames are off, or
they might add in some details that the other didn't.
Right.
Fill in the blanks.
Or from their viewpoint, they viewed it like this, blah,
exactly.
blah, blah.
Well, it was suspicious and left officers kind of curious about what the girls might be hiding. They continued investigating the girls over the course of several months, bringing them in here and there to do follow-up questions.
Right, or the same line of questioning, see if their story changes.
They compiled the evidence. I mean, they had the surveillance video. They had some cell phone records. And investigators figured out pretty quickly that Sheila and Rachel were lying. And the car that Skylar had gotten into was Sheila's car. And the cops also used some clues from social media accounts of the girls to piece some things together. Like, for example, the afternoon before Skylar disappeared, she tweeted, "Sick of being at fucking home. Thanks, friends. Love hanging out with all of you, too."
Okay.
Right. So even after the murder, neither of the girls hinted that they were even remotely upset about Skylar's disappearance. I mean, Sheila and Rachel, Skylar, they're part of this generation that's constantly on their phones, always updating. They're very, very active on Twitter.
Always telling you how they're feeling at the moment.
Exactly.
No matter how insignificant
mundane, whatever.
It may be.
Well, that's the thing. Sheila, during this time, was mostly tweeting these really mundane things and even posting pictures with Rachel, like they were out having like a great time. We're hanging out here. We're doing this. We're having so much fun. We're shopping.
So my friend's best friend, my whole life is gone.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's happened to her, but I'm just going to go hang out with this other girl.
Well, some of the posts were just really odd and stuck out to police. One in particular said, "No one on this earth can handle me and Rachel. If you think you can, you're wrong." And that was from Sheila's account.
Well, that's not good.
Well, I mean, it's quite suggestive.
Well, yeah.
Well, eventually it all proved to be too much for Rachel. Well, on December 28th, and you've got to consider this is 5 months later.
So she's been missing for 5 months.
Skylar has been missing all of this time. The summer has ended. School started back. No Skylar.
Yeah, that's not good.
So December 28th, just a few days after Christmas, Rachel's mom called 911 and she reported that her daughter was out of control. She was hitting, screaming, running through the neighborhood, just acting a fool.
So she done lost her shit.
Yeah, totally. Having basically a mental breakdown.
Okay.
Rachel was quickly admitted to a mental health facility, and she was met there by investigators.
Yeah.
They really expected to sit down with Rachel and have Rachel confirm the story that Skylar had overdosed on heroin. That's what they went into this thinking.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so she's in the midst of this emotional breakdown. Maybe there's something on her conscience or something she can't live with, or she knows something that hasn't told it. But they really think they're just going to top some loose ends.
Yeah, and they think that maybe, she did overdose on heroin. Maybe Rachel knew what had happened to her body.
Right.
And that she was just upset about that. They really thought this was going to come out, that this was the story. But Rachel Schoaf blurted out, "We stabbed her."
Uh-oh.
Yeah, Rachel confessed. Rachel detailed how she and Sheila had planned the murder a month in advance during a science class.
Oh,
They
wow.
had been planning this before school had even been dismissed for the summer.
That's just crazy to me. I don't understand how you get there.
Well, both agreed that they should kill Skylar, and the plan included carrying out the murder before Rachel left for summer camp.
Oh, yeah, mate, let's go ahead and get that cleared up before you have to go to summer camp.
Yeah,
all right.
So this is
Make
on
sure
our
we kill
checklist.
before. Yeah. Get some new sneakers, new underwear, in touch with an old friend, murder. Get all this list done before I go to summer camp.
Yeah, I mean, what did you do on your summer vacation? It's just mind-blowing.
I don't know how you get there. We talked about this earlier. I don't understand how you get to this point.
Right? I mean, if you don't want to be friends with someone,
just don't fucking be friends with them.
Just don't be friends with them.
I mean, I don't get...
sort of break up with them.
Murder is such a big deal. I mean, I would murder to protect me and my family. You know, I mean, if somebody busts in this motherfucker right now, I will kill him. If I can, I'm going to try my best. But other than that, I mean, I just don't get how people... So many stories we do, they're just like, oh, we'll fucking kill him.
Yeah, I mean,
your girlfriend's pregnant? We'll fucking kill him.
Well, it's that motive.
I need extra money? Let's fucking kill him.
The motive rarely makes sense when you break it down.
And they never fucking get away with it.
Well, get this. On the night of the murder, Rachel took a shovel from her dad's house.
Okay, because that's normal.
Sheila took knives from her mother's house. And they also took cleaning supplies and spare clothes.
Oh, okay.
Loaded this all up in Sheila's car. The girls plotted and carried out, luring Skylar out of the house under the premise that they were going to go hang out and drive around and smoke some marijuana.
Okay, that would have got me back in the day, too.
So almost like a peace offering.
Yeah, that
like,
same...
hey, we've been shits, but we want to make it up to you. Come hang out with us. We got this good weed.
We're going to get high as fuck.
Yeah.
Go through Taco Bell.
It's going to be great.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah. So, Skylar been, feeling left out. Probably thinks, okay, this is a good opportunity to get to hang out with my friend. Try to make amends.
She was making those texts earlier in the day. Oh, I'm sick of sitting at home. Blah, blah, blah. Okay.
Well, the two wore hoodies. And even though it was July and probably hot as hell, they were wearing these hoodies because they wanted to conceal the knives. And Skylar, I guess, was not thinking about why they were decked out in hoodies in July.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
But once the girls had arrived in some woods near Pennsylvania, which I guess they'd gone up to this location before to get high, Skylar probably wasn't thinking anything about this drive up to Pennsylvania. And as I mentioned, Star City is kind of like right there on the border, not too far away.
Right.
So they're like, hey, we're going to drive up to this wooded area. We're going to smoke this doobie. Going to strike up this doobie and get laced or whatever.
Oh, laced?
I don't know.
What? No. You shouldn't. That shouldn't happen when you smoke a doobie.
Well, I don't know what they're going to do.
Oh, my God.
I'm innocent.
Okay.
I was a DARE graduate.
You hear that, folks? Let's strike up this doobie and get laced.
I don't know. I've heard people say that jokingly. I don't know what that means.
Okay. Let's do it.
Here they are in the woods, striking up this doobie. And when Skylar kind of had her back to the girls, they just attacked her. And Rachel said Skylar's last words were, why?
Why? That's exactly what you're going to fucking say. It's no different than when Julius Caesar said it. Because he thinks he's with friends. Or at least people that aren't going to kill him.
Well, I think anytime you would be in a situation where someone's trying to kill you, that's probably your question. Like, why? Why are you doing this? But especially if it's your two fucking friends.
I think you're more apt to say it to people if it's people you know, right? Because if it's some maniac person you never seen before, you're just like going to assume they're crazy as fuck. But if it's this person you grew up with.
The police asked the same thing. And you know what Rachel's response was?
It was something stupid, I bet.
We didn't like her.
Oh, okay. Because that's how that works. Oh, my God.
Right. So these two gals decide, hey, we don't like Skylar anymore. We don't want to be her friend. So, and instead of just saying, hey, I think we've grown apart.
Fuck you.
We're in high school. Maybe we need to go our own separate ways.
I don't want to be friends with you anymore.
Yeah. I want to break up with you on a Post-it note. I mean, of all the things
your feet stink
they could have done to like end the friendship, they decide we don't like her, so we should kill her.
Okay.
I mean, that's just there's got to be some like psychopathic tendencies behind that or something.
That's got to be the missing link of what we talked about earlier. How do you arrive at this? Because I've, growing up or being young and someone's like, yeah, fuck that person. And you're like, yeah, fuck them. And they're like, oh, we should get them back for this. You're like, yeah, fucking get them back. And we should just kill them. That's how we'll take care of this. And you're like, yeah.
You do
sure.
a Scooby-Doo, you're like, what? Huh?
Ruh-roh.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, you make the killing plan and I will go get killing supplies and you never come back. I mean, I just don't know how you even start that conversation.
Yeah,
with
that's
someone.
when you quickly look at the watch you're not wearing and you're
Right.
like, oh, gee, look, I'm late for supper.
There's 2 hairs past the mole. I gotta go.
Yeah, something.
But yeah, I think that's what's missing. One or both has that, psychopathic traits more so. We all have a few of the traits or whatever. But yeah, maybe they have enough to where they've actually entertained this thought before.
In early January, I mean, you've got to consider, so Rachel goes to the mental health facility at the end of December. Early January, so probably like a week within the week of being admitted and of confessing what has happened, Rachel agrees that she will lead investigators to Skylar's body in the woods. It was covered in snow, so she couldn't exactly remember the location, and they couldn't initially find the body. Rachel couldn't be charged with murder. They had no body.
No body, no crime.
Yeah, I mean, they've got a confession, but they don't have any evidence. Not enough. It was about a week later that searchers found the body in the woods, but it was nearly unidentifiable. I mean, it's been out in the woods 6 months, 7 months at this point.
Yeah, and part of that was the end of summer, right?
Yeah.
Going into the fall.
And so, it started to decompose. And it wasn't until March 13th that a crime lab would be able to confirm that it was Skylar.
Okay, so that makes it official.
Yeah.
Okay.
At some point,
well, that's sad.
Investigators wire Rachel up with a microphone. And they get her to go over to Sheila's and try to talk to Sheila about what they had done. But Sheila did not incriminate herself. She was not having it. She didn't admit to anything. She wouldn't elaborate on anything. She was very aloof. It's almost like she knew.
Wow.
Maybe she did know. I don't know, but she was being really quiet about it.
Maybe her friend was acting suspicious to her,
Probably. I mean, being a teenage girl, you've killed somebody and now you're all wired up.
You keep leaning one shoulder and holding your collar up. What was that?
The body plus the examination of Sheila's car found DNA belonging to Skylar. So they had enough evidence to arrest both girls. In the car, they did find some blood, because remember, they got the shovel, the cleaning supplies, all of that.
Yeah.
They transported some things. So there was some blood. It's a little bit of DNA evidence. Sheila was arrested, and you're going to love this, Dylan. Guess where she was arrested?
Where?
In the parking lot of a Cracker Barrel.
Oh, that's the greatest. That's awesome.
Yeah. Can you imagine, probably some old couple in there just enjoying a basket of biscuits and cornbread, looking out the window, and there's this young girl getting cuffed.
Getting strung out in the parking lot, cuffed up. They're like, oh my God, Jeffrey.
Myrtle, what's going on out there? I didn't wear my good glasses.
I don't know, but I'm going to need my walker for this.
Well, she was charged with first-degree murder, and she did plead guilty in January of 2014. She received a life in prison sentence with the possibility of parole after 15 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have premeditated, unjustified, totally unnecessary murder, and you get she can be out in 15 years.
Yeah.
Easily. Before, with overcrowding, and if she's a model prisoner and all that bullshit.
Well, Rachel is going to serve a 30-year sentence for second-degree murder. And she was given a lighter sentence for cooperating with police.
Okay, so...
And because she led the police to the body of Skylar Neese.
So she gets straight out 30 years, but that probably can be who knows, 10 years in?
Possibly.
I mean, that's the kind of sense of what we hear in this shit.
Right.
10 years in, they go up, or maybe even 5. Who knows? I don't know how it goes, but yeah, I just don't feel like that was a premeditated murder of this other young girl for no fucking reason at all. Some mean girl bullshit. And I just think